So while we're watching this class here, let's talk about costs. It is very expensive to be an exhibitor. So the exhibitors have to pay for a stall, which is normally around $150. They have to pay to have the CVI, which is the Certified Veterinary Inspection, which means that the vet has to come and inspect all of the alpacas before they come to the show to make sure that they're suitable to travel. They have to travel, so they have to have a truck and a trailer. Whenever they get here, they have to provide food and hay for their alpacas. They have to spend the night, so there's hotel costs. And then there's the cost of entering each of these animals into every single class that they go into. So for here, it's 5 shows, and so there's 5 entry fees. So we've discussed this before. For me, it's about $10,000. It was about $10,000 per show to travel. You know, certainly people can do it for much less, but that's about how much I paid for each show that I went to. Now, you're gonna think, well, if everybody's paying all this money, then the AOA is getting rich off of these shows. Actually, the AOA has nothing to do with the show in terms of financing or putting on the show. The AOA puts on one show per year, and that is the national show. The national show is held in March of every year, and it flip-flops between east of the Mississippi and west of the Mississippi. This year it's going to be held in Oklahoma. And so what happens is that that the affiliates put on the show. So the show is put on, I believe, by the Illinois affiliate and the Iowa affiliate. I'm honestly not sure. Have no clue. But I know that it's not put on by the AOA. And so what happens is that the people that are actually putting on this show collect the money, and then they have to start paying. Okay, so the facility that this is in, which we're at the Iowa State Fairgrounds, costs money, so they have to pay the Iowa State Fairgrounds. So these gates right here, the gates, they have to pay for all of the gates. They have to pay for the judges. They have to pay for the ribbons, so the ribbons themselves are not cheap. So each of the small ribbons can cost anywhere between $5 and $12. The bigger ribbons, I don't know exactly how much they cost, but obviously are not inexpensive. They provide a meet and greet one of the nights, so there's food involved. There is the copies of the show book, which I showed you, which they have to pay for that. They pay for the vet to come do the vet check. So there is obviously expenses involved by everybody. So there's expenses involved by the exhibitors, there's expenses incurred by the show itself. In general, I would say that nobody is getting rich off of any of these shows. The exhibitors are certainly not getting rich. The people putting on the shows are not getting rich. And the AOA actually doesn't have any involvement in the show other than the fact that it does collect the results. And so that does cost time to input that all into the system and verify that. But the AOA is not actually sponsoring the show per se. So shows are just expensive. But we've already talked about the great benefits that you can get from being in a show, which is why they continue to put them on.